Hey everyone, welcome back to Filthy Off-Road Adventures. I'm Matt and this is Leisa, and we've got Ivy in the background over there snoring away. So today we're doing something we haven't done before, which is a question and answer from all of you guys. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, so about a fortnight ago we put out the call to collect your questions, and you certainly did give us a variety of subjects to answer. So we'll actually get them going, but I want to introduce where we are at the moment. We're at Lake Corcordine,
Corcordine, I think it is, yeah.
about 5 k's out of Southern Cross.
Yep.
Now we may be doing the
Aussie wave.
the Aussie wave and a bit of a slap dance because there is a few flies around. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's still early in the morning, but it's as it's warming up, and it's lovely. It's about 7 o'clock as we record this. So now we're going to be referring to our iPad. So we apologise for that. It's not like we're ignoring you or anything like that, but we want to make sure we get these questions right. So let's get started with the first one. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start, and
It's the first one.
Obviously this one has come in from a Queenslander. They want to know when we're coming back to Queensland.
Good question. Look, we'll definitely be back. Lisa's probably going to be going back soon for a visit to see her mother and some of the family. But as far as actually going back into Queensland, it's going to be a while.
Yeah,
with the camper as such, it's going to be a while. We anticipate we'll probably be in WA for at least another year and a half, because there's just so much to see over here. So it's going to take us a while to get back to Queensland. We'll probably move our way across then, most likely Northern Territory, South Australia, something like that.
Yeah.
Just depends on, we'll see where we end up.
Now and again we throw out will we head back for camp for a cure, but...
It's a possibility, but it's not definite, hey?
Yeah, watch this space.
Yeah, so sorry, we don't have a definitive answer for that, but we're keen to come back because we do love Queensland. So what are some of the trips you want to do while you're in WA that's appropriate? And have you started planning them there? You want to start?
Oh gosh. So we actually put everything together in Trello, and every week there's more trips added to our little list. So there is planning, but the trips we want to do, like we want to head down to the Great Southern and obviously Esperance, Albany, Bremer Bay. Obviously we want to head out to Kalgoorlie. We're about 3 hours from Kalgoorlie now. We want to, go to the Pilbara. We want to head right up the top, go up to Broome.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and we want to do the lesser known places like, where we are now. Not too many people will put together a video on Southern Cross.
No, I'll tell you what, spoiler, you won't see this video for a few weeks, but as in where we are, but this particular campsite is epic. It is incredible.
Yeah.
For me, there's some, look, as a general rule, I want to see as much of WA as we can in the time we're here. For me, there's a couple of key things. Look, the Gibbs on it, it's up there, but it's certainly not the high one. The gun barrel is a big one I want to do.
Oh, Mount Augustus.
Mount Augustus, the gun barrel, Canning Stock Route. I really want to. I'm so keen to do that. What else is there? There's oh god, the problem is there's so bloody many of them.
We want to go back and explore the Hyde and Norseman Road because you could spend quite a number of days on that instead of just breezing through. There is so much to see here, and I think that's why we're staying in WA for, a period of years, because there is so much to do.
But there's basically there's a number of particular tracks that we want to do. So there's quite a lot, and like I said, we want to go to the more remote stuff, and we're still going to do coast stuff, but we love inland. This is the sort of area we love being.
Yeah, and that sort of leads into the next question. Actually, we've kind of answered 2 in 1 here. So we were asked by Audrey the Icon, who's another lifestyle family couple, about most YouTubers stick to the coast. Are we heading inland? And that's just explained. Definitely yes.
As often as possible. It doesn't always work. Sorry, I just want to double check something. So it's the biggest thing for us is that we still are limited because we've got the massive advantage that Lisa's got work at the moment, full-time work, which we're working around. So it has positives and negatives, and the one negative is it does limit us a little bit with the longer trips. But they're coming very soon anyway.
But it pays for those trips.
It does, yeah. So the other one I've missed too is the Holland track. I definitely want to do the Holland track. It's been planned in the background, but it's still a little bit away from doing it. The weather hasn't been the best for Holland track, unfortunately. All right, this is a good one. What has been your scariest moment while travelling?
I think when we were coming out of Inaminka and we were following a caravan and, they were travelling well below the speed limit, but still a decent pace. And we could see that an overtaking lane was, not an overtaking lane, a clear stretch of straight road was coming up. So Matt started to increase his speed, so he got a bit of momentum to get around. As Matt's starting to increase his speed, we see their solar panels dislodge from their roof and come spinning towards us.
Yeah.
Matt has evaded colliding with these solar panels, but it was quite a violent motion.
Yeah.
But
it all happened because basically a road train went the other way.
oh yeah,
So we were winding up because there was a straight section of road. There was a road train coming. I was going to duck out as soon as the road train came around, and basically the boom, the boom from the actual wind of the road train not only took the solar panel, but took portions of the roof off.
yeah, poor buggers.
We just turned to record. We just stopped recording too, which is always the way. But we ended up in the dirt on the wrong side of the road to avoid it. Thankfully, we got out at no problems at all. I agree. That's probably the worst we've had. Other than that, we really haven't had any touching wood. We haven't had any other scary moments, really, have we?
No.
Certainly no issues with free camp in or anything like that. A lot of people ask about that.
But we've also got a good situational awareness through our work and that.
Yeah, coming from emergency services, we certainly have, you've got to trust your gut. And if it doesn't feel right, move on. And usually you're right. All right. Next one is you.
Next one is me. What was one of your biggest fears when you chose to live on the road, and how did you overcome it?
I'll do something different because I know what yours is, and yours is a valid fear. For me was the potential of having Leisa away from her family. That was probably the biggest fear for me, and it's that's probably the biggest fear for me, was having Leisa away from her family.
I've got two nieces in their formative years, and I'm missing out on all of those.
Yeah.
But technology these days, we've got to utilise it a bit more.
Correct, and that's the thing. It's something that we've actually started doing, is trying to do a lot more FaceTime calls with people, because you get a different connection when you're talking to them, like we're talking to you now. You get a different connection when you're talking to each other visually than just over the phone. So it's definitely making a difference, especially with some really good friends of ours. And yours was?
Mine is because of my background in paramedicine. I have seen what happens when you don't plan for retirement, and the type of aged care facilities that those without money can end up living in. People think about my trauma. They always ask me about the trauma of my job, and it's not the big road traffic crashes, the fatalities and things like that. My biggest thing that I've held on to was when I had to transport someone from their home into their nursing home, and the emotions around that have lingered, and that has turned into this fear of ending up in a real shitty aged care facility.
Yeah.
Which I hate the word facility. It should be home. I don't know why the government changed that. But anyhow, that's another tangent.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Having not having the money for retirement if one of us has to go into full-time care.
Yeah, definitely. And look, that's part of the reason why we have to work as well. Look, if we'd done like a lot of people do, and that's everyone's situation is different, and we're not here to tell what people should do, but a lot of people do actually sell up so that they can go and travel like this, and they don't have to worry about money, etc. For us, it was really, really important to keep a property and having something to go back to, but having that financial, not freedom, but that financial security when we do go back. And look, we know that travel it's going to have an end life. There's going to be a point where we go, we're done, we've had enough.
Yeah.
So to be able to go back to our own property is very, very good. Obviously, renters are obviously someone renting the properties out. The only way we can do it, we certainly can't have it vacant. But it just gives us that peace of mind that we've got that behind us when we get back.
Yeah.
So
and we also have a shared fear.
yeah,
And hopefully I can actually get through this one without crying, because this one is one that we were discussing quite recently of we hope that when Ivy departs, we don't have to bury her in the middle of Australia. We hope that we've got the facilities around us that she's cared for, and it's peaceful, and we can give her a fitting farewell. Yeah,
that's definitely, and because we lost Paige, this is getting pretty deep. I didn't expect this. I thought it was going to be short and sharp. But when we lost Paige, we've got her with her still. So it's really important for them to be together. That's something we've always wanted to do. So ultimately, as long as they're together, that's the main thing. But yeah, it is a concern, and particularly from me, more so from the point of view of if we're a long way from care, I'd hate for her to be suffering. That would be the part that would be the hardest part.
Yeah. And how do we overcome all of these fears? And I think it is planning, thinking. As much as hard as it is, we think of the worst case scenario and we find the solution to it now while we're calm. And planning's the key. Thinking ahead and not ignoring the issues that can arise.
Yeah, you've got to have a plan of some sort. You know what I mean? It may be a loose plan, but you've got to have some sort of an idea of what you're going to do. All right. That was a bit deeper than I was expected. Next question was, what do you miss most while you're on the road?
Oh gosh, a good pad thai. A good Thai takeaway.
For me, this is going to sound really pathetic. My stand-up desk, like my big editing desk, compared to editing in the van where I've got the same monitor, the same laptop, but I don't have much room, so I'm working on a little fold-up table. So for me, it's as terrible as that is. It's so materialistic. That's what I miss.
Yeah. No, I'm still going with the
pad thai.
the familiar takeaway places.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's some challenges. So let's move into this stuff. Is more around our setup and our gear and camp life and stuff like that. So the next one was.
You have missed one.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
How have you managed working on the road?
There we go. See, need a plan. My plan's Leisa.
Yeah. So manage working on the road. So obviously I'm under employment at the moment, so we have really slowed our travel down. So you'll find people will work for 6 weeks and then move on, or have even shorter stays. We do know of people that actually sit down for whole seasons at cattle stations. So we're sort of doing similar, but it's we're talking in the term of years instead of months type thing. Not that and I'm very blessed with a very flexible roster where I can take a few days off and then I've virtually got a month off. And it's good. It is actually really good. But I'm going to have to say, I think one of our trips, I was coming back, I had to come back to work, and oh man, I dropped the bottom lip. I love my job. But man, I dropped my bottom lip and it was like, am I allowed to swear?
Soft swear.
You probably only see the edited version of me and think I'm a lovely lady. But yeah, it was, a few F-bombs. Why do I have to go back to work? I want to keep heading north instead of south.
I think the biggest thing is for people to understand is for lack of a better word, our lap. I don't like that term, but our lap. It's no end date. I genuinely, what I've envisaged is that we'll spend a year, possibly two, in each state or each section of the country. So we're going to spend probably close to 2 years.
So
our dog's special. So we'll probably spend close to 2 years in WA. Then once again, thinking we'll potentially end up maybe in Northern Territory and South Australia. I consider them the similar state in the sense of because of where they are, and you'll chase the season. So I suspect we'll spend at least another year to 2 years exploring there, and then so forth. So it's definitely a long-term thing. And the good thing about jobs on the road, even where we are where we're sort of situated, we're moving around, but where we're situated at the moment is Lisa's got the full-time work, but I'm still picking up work here and there as well.
Got
Plus,
the hiccups.
plus there's something we'll talk to you about at the end as well. But I just went out with I printed off a basic resume because my resume is quite long. So I just printed off a basic resume and said, look, I'm only after a few days here and there, and just went in and knocked on doors, and I got a job the first day I went out and did it. So
Yeah.
it's not hard. If you want work, it's out there and you can find it. And we just balance it. And my work is scheduled around Lisa's work so that we don't lose any of the days off.
Yeah.
So-
So we just need to change up. Yes, we're full-time travellers while we're working. So we all have a travelling lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think is a better way of putting our life.
Yeah, at the moment, definitely. So we're quite often we're definitely in the same region a lot at the moment. That's where we're parked up. But we're shooting off and doing all these. We're exploring the hell out of Southwest, and we'll start moving our way up. So that's the plan. So I apologise, I missed that question. So the next one is, this is about, we're starting to get into things like the camper and stuff. How are you finding the camper? Do you still love it?
Yes.
All good?
All good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now and again, so we actually opted to remove the sink from inside. Sometimes particularly when we are camping in a cold winter and, you've been nice and warm inside and then you've got to pop outside to clean your teeth. That's probably
The only.
the only thing I think about regularly. But having said that, if we had a sink inside, we'd lose so much bench space, which we utilise.
The bench space wouldn't have been a problem because we would have a cover, very much like the stove.
Yeah.
It was more so that we lose an entire drawer. So, and for us,
And that drawer
space,
is full.
It is full. So it's premium for us. So the biggest thing for me is I love it. It's perfect. The dimensions are amazing. But in actual fact, if anything, I would rather it not wider, not higher. I'd rather it just a little bit longer.
If only we got the LRX.
No, the LRX wouldn't give us any more space inside.
Oh, would it not?
No. The LRX gives you more room on the drawbar. That's it. So that's the only thing I would say, just pure and simply from the point of view of when I'm working, and I'm being selfish here, it's about me. So just about when I'm working inside, just to give us a bit more room. Still love it. It's incredible. We can stick it down places that most campers don't go, which is exactly what we wanted. As far as issues, the only issues we've had is we've had one little section at the front which must have been just missed after they did the galvanising. But they sent us some stuff, because we're out on the road, they sent some stuff out and I fixed that on the road. That's all done. We had a couple of little leaks here and there. One's rectified itself, which is really random, and the other one I just found literally 2 days ago. And I don't have any clue where it's coming from, so I've sent an email to them. Oh, and the diesel heater is hit and miss. It works incredibly well, but the problem is there's no in between. But it heats the water unreal. But 99.9% of the camper is just unreal. I love it.
Yeah, it is.
And the airbags. Get airbags if you can get them.
Yeah. So the next question leading on from that is, do you have any changes to your setup planned?
Well, yes we do. I don't know if I want to give it away though. So short answer is yes.
You might have to fill me in too.
No, it was not to do with the camper. The camper's pretty much as is. But Sarge, we are doing something a little bit different with Sarge. And it's...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you remember now. So that'll be happening fairly soon. It's just a matter of getting everything in place. And I'll do a video on it and why we're going to do it. I'll talk about why we're going to do it very quickly. But basically, it is for the rare situations where we can't get the camper into somewhere. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Nice.
Tease. That'll probably tell a lot of you what it is.
All right.
Next one. If you didn't have... Oh, this is actually kind of similar. If you didn't have to consider money, what is one thing you would change or do differently in or on your setup?
Yeah, I know yours.
What's yours?
What's mine?
Do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, you
Hemi. Oh, seriously, that is literally the only thing I'm going to do. Apart from the change we're about to do, that and the Hemi, that's the perfect truck, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know what I'd change, really. In all honesty. Maybe what we're about to do.
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
And, yeah, this is probably more of a me thing, but I need this. I need a storage solution in the canopy. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah, I agree. Maybe I would have done. Actually, I really like the fit out in the back.
Yes.
But the problem is
Yes.
we are limited because of weight. So that's the issue.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, the pull out side perfect.
Yep.
But what
Yeah, the boxes and
the
everything.
boxes and that we need something there.
And it's not even so much a money thing. It's more of a we just still haven't found the right solution. It's we thought we had, but it's not. Now we've been living with it. It's not quite right. Okay, your turn.
My turn. Who empties the loo?
Well, it's pretty easy. Me.
Hey, I do the wee bucket.
Yeah, true. So we're lucky. We've got the OGO toilet, and unlike basically when we used to have the chemical toilet, we just don't do it very often. I think this stage, and we're definitely emptying it earlier than we need to. We're still trying to find that point. I think 5 weeks at this stage is where we've got to. And there's only 2 of us, so that makes a big difference. I know other people with families, it's a bit different. But we've got to 5 weeks, and honestly, we could have actually gone a little bit longer. I'm still fine-tuning to getting the right level, because you don't do it that often. It's I'm still trying to get I still tend to slightly overfill the peat, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
And the wee's easy. It's a 2-second job, and that is I agree, that is a shared job. It's whoever thinks about it.
But it's just compost.
Exactly.
In fact,
Oh, it's way better than the chemicals.
Oh
my goodness.
I'd love to be able to have like a little tube stock plant that each time we bury the compost, to put a tube stock plant on top of it.
Anyone who's using a chemical toilet or a standard toilet, the old devil's suitcase, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not pleasant at any time. And I used to use way more chemical than I needed to just to make it a little bit better. This is just totally different. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking about a compost toilet, I can't believe we're talking about toilets, but if you are thinking about a compost toilet, do it. It's unreal. This is a good one for you, and this is a you question, not me question. How do you go with food prep being vegetarian?
So I don't eat a lot of fake meats or anything like that. My meals are all bordering on whole foods and beans. So obviously the beans are easy. I get heaps of stuff in tins, which are easy to store. I am thinking
Easy to pack.
Yeah, easy to pack. I am thinking of even more of a thrifty way of doing things is buying the dried beans and then soaking up before I cook, and that would even. So at the moment, I can get 3 weeks of food before I have to go shopping.
Yeah.
In our setup.
We can stretch it longer when we need to.
But, and I do sort of lose a little bit of quality with fresh fruit and veg towards the end of those 3 weeks. That's probably one of the things I wish the fridge had more of a fruit and veg crisper than what I've got. But
yeah, we are, because it is a tiny setup. I mean, a lot of people think we're crazy doing this in this van, but we've got the freezer on the other side. I do, with the exception of meat for Ivy, I do sometimes wonder whether we actually turn it into a fridge.
Yeah.
Just the problem is the Ivy factor. But overall it's not too bad, is it? We seem to manage pretty well. The advantage also of those dried beans is that it will also save us weight, because cans are heavy. They do add up pretty quick.
Yeah, and then less, the dried beans will be less waste.
The only downside is extra water.
And super cheap. Honestly, bloody buy a packet of dried beans for $2.
Yeah. And
they last for over a day.
Just a quick plug. It hasn't launched yet, but Lisa's actually been working on a YouTube channel relating to that. It's going to be called Plant-Based Campfire. So we've done a lot of filming for it, but it's not been launched or anything yet. So we will do that down the track. So some of the meals, even if you are not vegetarian, a lot of our friends who aren't vegetarian love them. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I just thought I'd do a quick plug.
We've done the filming. We just haven't done the.
Yeah, we've got a number of episodes in place. We just haven't actually edited them. That's my fault.
Yeah. Okay. What do you carry on board being a lightweight setup?
Not a lot. Short answer. Everything we buy, I've never ever thought I'd do it, but one of the first things I look at about everything we buy, we look at is weight. Weight and size.
Weight, size, and dual usage.
Yeah, dual usage is a big thing. Well, prime example. This is a seat it's a table, it's a step, it's everything.
A step. Yeah.
So yeah, everything we buy is basically multiple use, lightweight, and as small as possible, especially when it's folded up. And quality as well, because we don't want to break it out in the middle of nowhere because we can't exactly replace it. That's probably the main thing. So without going through everything we've got in the van, we don't have a lot. Like, for example, we have a Stratus table, which we use not so much as a table. Hey, we don't use it a lot as a table. We use it for stacking things and putting things on when we're food prepping and stuff like that. This we use a lot more as a table and as such. We also use this. I use this a lot to help me get up and to clean things like solar panels and stuff like that as well. The chairs, the little step that came with the camper.
Yeah.
They're the only real big items we've got. Oh, our bikes.
And then we're just trying to work out what to do. We only take one stand-up paddleboard away. We're just going to try and work out what we do with that.
They may disappear. We don't use them a lot, so we're not sure. We really love them, but it's just, on the coast is great, but when you're else, you're just dragging around, wait for nothing. So we're not sure what to do there. This is by one of our followers, actually at a mate of mine as well. Jace, good question. When are you getting a Hemi? I've chucked this in as a joke because the Hemi is a down the road thing, and it becomes an issue when that becomes an issue. So, yep, I'd love to say next week, but it's not going to happen next week.
No, the engine needs to blow up first.
Can arrange it, no.
No.
But yeah, no, it is definitely something we want to do, and it will be something that we'll do in the future. It's just a matter of when, and it will be in the future. So,
Okay.
All right.
And it's quite funny that we asked about what we carry on board because we've probably got about 25 to 30 kilos of camera.
Didn't think about that actually. Yeah, the camera gear is actually quite heavy. Like the amount of gear we carry. So we've got multiple, obviously mirrorless. Hear the finches?
Yeah, I can.
They're right here. So multiple SLR or DSLRs or mirrorless cameras. She hates me saying that, but it's mirror. But everyone knows a DSLR what that is. So multiple of those. We've got, I think about 6 action cameras. We've got 3 different tripods. We've got multiple different mounts for the ones that go on the outside, to magic mounts that go in trees. We've got drones. We've got 3 drones.
So Matt has done a video
4
on
drones.
his stuff.
Yeah, so heaps of stuff.
But that leads us into basically what we've grouped together about our YouTube filming and photography and editing.
Yep.
So the question here is, we know a lot of YouTube channels release videos well after they visit a place. Do we do this? And if so, how far behind are we?
Short answer is yes, with the exception of this video. As a general rule, okay, so for a lot of reasons. One, it's a safety thing. You don't particularly want people knowing where you are, just because of what you've got with you.
They might steal Ivy.
They might steal Ivy. I mean, she's the most valuable thing we have. But so mostly one of that is that, but also two, just purely simply from the production point of view. As a general rule, well, we're 3 months behind. 2.5 to 3 months behind is a rough rule. That's roughly how far we are. This video now you probably won't see until, we wouldn't be that far actually. I lie. It would be about a month and a half behind.
Yeah, and then I'm a week behind Matt's YouTube schedule.
Yeah. So our social media, even things like all the photos we take today, for example, won't be published as much as we want to because this place is epic. It's basically put in the bank and then released in a similar schedule to what the social media or what the YouTube channel is. So yeah, roughly about that month and a half would be about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Give or take. It does fluctuate a little bit, especially if we go on some of those bigger, epic things. Like, for example, when we do things like the Canning, it's a 21-day trip as a general rule. Like, it's a long trip. So we need to have that up our sleeves anyway, and then you're releasing multiple episodes over a period of time. So it backs up pretty quick.
It does. It does.
Okay, so this is a question for Leisa. Do you edit your photos? And if so, how long does it roughly take?
I shoot in RAW. So when you shoot in RAW, there is a small amount of editing that you do to make sure that the colours come back right. And it really doesn't take me that long because I basically I use Lightroom, I'll look at the exposure. I'll just get in there and just tweak the curves a little bit. Double check the white balance. That's it. So it doesn't really take long at all, actually, really. And then there's a couple of what we call presets that I use to warm a photo up. It's pretty quick.
Yep.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, she smashed them out pretty quick. It's probably the biggest time it takes to upload it into the cloud.
Yeah, and because I also shoot in manual mode, so I don't have automatic settings on my camera. Because I do that, I make sure that the photo taken through the camera is as best it possibly can be to reduce the time editing.
Yeah, compensating for it. Sorry, I'm back. I just had to do a quick camera check. It made a weird sound. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of this stuff anyway. So the next one is... Oh, no, it's your turn. I asked you.
My turn. What's the average time it takes Matt to edit one of his videos?
It varies quite a lot. So basically anywhere between... A very quick one might be 6 to 7 hours of actual physically sitting there. Some of them can be 15 hours or more. It's a lot. It's all the small stuff. The actual, so you lay it out, so you chuck it in the timeline roughly how you want the story to lay out. That's the quick part. That takes no time. But then it's all the fine tuning stuff. And then even when you think you're finished, then you go through doing reviews, everything like that. So it's probably, as a general rule, anywhere between 10 to 14 would be probably the average. And some are a lot more.
Yeah, some are a lot more.
Yeah, some are huge, and they're usually the ones that go very badly.
Particularly when he renders something up. So sometimes it takes a while to render, and then he'll come and say to me,
It's my secret sauce.
Can you please come and double check this? And I'll go, I think you better do this, and I think you better do that. I just see his face go, I've just spent 15 hours on this.
But it makes a difference. It really does. At the end of the day, it's not about the views. It's about putting out the best content we possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And then this one here, and this is this is actually from Audrey as well. So when are you doing a video on Leisa's gear?
When are we doing a video on Leisa's gear?
Well, when you actually give me some time. I've been asking to do it multiple times.
Okay.
So there we go. Have a little bit of tiff here. No, I've asked her multiple times to do it. It's honestly, Leisa has actually been really busy with work, so it has been hard. So yeah, we are doing it, and I know Daryl and a few other people have actually wanted to see it. And there is a lot, there's not a huge amount of gear, but there's a lot of high quality gear. So we will do that very soon. All right, so haven't got a lot. There's only a couple of questions left, and then we're going to get into this announcement we've been talking about. So these ones are, once again, I think they basically came from the same, no, two different people. Okay, so the first one is yours.
Okay, when are we going to announce our WA Lifestyle Group Camp?
Yeah, so we've got, so obviously because of the Lifestyle Camp, we're in a number of lifestyle groups, and there's just nothing on the West Coast happening, whereas the East Coast, there's Audrey the Icon runs events, stuff like that. So we thought, while we're over here, we might actually see if we can do something. I haven't announced it yet. I've put it out to them, and basically and everyone seems to be quite keen. We've just got to have some time to sit down and actually plan where we're going to go.
Yeah, and when. See, we're off to Japan in March.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to try and do it. Obviously, this time it's getting close to Christmas. It's not going to happen before now. So yeah, look, it's going to be probably next year, realistically.
yeah.
So we'll see where we can fit in.
time.
Yep. Yeah, we want to give everyone as much time as possible so we get as many people there as possible. All right. This is a good one. Who does most of your planning for your trips?
Well, it was me, and then I thought because I'm working, I'll hand the reins over to Matt, and then I've been on a few trips where Matt's planned and my eyeball starts twitching, and I guess it's come back to me now.
It's just easier. Look, we plan trips differently. Leisa, she obviously, the big thing with Leisa, she wants to optimise. She wants to see everything possible, and I get it. I'm a lot looser. I'm like, this is roughly where I want to go, and we've got rough idea of what we want to see, so let's just see where we go. And like I said, stick our nose down those tracks that we don't know where they go. Leisa likes to know we're going from here to here to here.
I've also, I need to be functioning when I head back to work.
Yeah, correct.
So
So yeah, so it's it just works out easier. And Lisa, and to be fair, Lisa enjoys it.
I do enjoy it.
So she actually enjoys it. So
Like, I think planning is my love language,
yeah,
to tell you the truth. So yeah, and for me, I love saying to Matt, okay, I want you to go here now. And Matt has no clue where we're going. And to see Matt's reaction to the places that I've planned to take,
yeah.
it really is lovely. And I really do enjoy planning a good time for other people. And I get a lot out of that.
This is the exciting news. This is something we've been working on. Well, we've been wanting to do this for a significant amount of time. We've been properly planning this now for probably, what do you say, 6 months?
Yeah, and realistically, it's kind of your fault. You've got to stop telling us how good we are at videography and photography.
So we're launching a company or a business, and it's technically online now, and we've actually done 3 jobs already.
3, 4.
4. Yeah, 4 jobs. Sorry, 4 jobs. So that's pretty cool, considering those jobs actually came about before we'd even officially launched. Even launched a website.
Yeah. So we have decided that we're going to go
You won't see that.
we're going to go into a form of digital media company where we provide a full service, and that full service is that we'll come out, or you send your products to us, or we'll come out to your business, your hip camp, your tourist accommodation, whatever it is. We're focusing on smaller businesses where we'll come out, do a full service of videography, photography, and then we'll obviously create your content, and then we move into social media management. Now that is the full service. It does actually break it up a little bit. If you just want the videography, we'll do that. If you want the content, we'll do that. If you want the social media management, we'll do that. So we've got all these packages that we've spent some time pulling together.
We price ourselves competitively too, aren't we? We're very competitively priced.
Yeah.
There's other things that will come online soon, and we will look at doing some video editing as well as an option as well. So editing people's content for them, etc. So there is some other things that will come online as well. But the idea is hopefully that we can do this as we travel around. So particularly like Lisa said, focusing on region. So as we come into a region saying, hey, we're coming to this region, we're going to be doing it. So the business is called Red Centre Media, and it sort of harps back to our passion, which is the Red Centre, which is the centre of Australia, the red dirt, red soil. It's where we love being.
Yeah.
So the website's up and running. We're not going to push this on on YouTube or our socials. It's a separate entity. It's nothing to do with this in a sense. So we don't. You're not all of a sudden going to be spammed with this sort of stuff. We just wanted to let you know because we're excited about it. And the inspiration from a lot of you people is the reason why we've gone into this. So this is pretty much the only time you'll hear about it, other than us saying we're doing some work.
Yeah. So we're telling you about this now. I'll do some social media posts on Filthy, just so you know what it's all about as well. And then on Filthy, we'll just be quiet about it.
Yep.
And Filthy Off-Road Adventures is going to continue to be our travel journal.
Yep.
And Red Centre Media is going to be our
it's our business. It's just like us going to work behind the scenes, if that makes sense. Whereas Filthy Off-Road is our hobby, our fun, our enjoyment. In saying that, Red Centre Media is enjoyable too.
So if you know of a small business who needs a refresh of their content, we're the people.
Give us a yell. So that's about it.
That is about it.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
See you.